Hi, this is Larry Crane. I want to tell you something about something that's extremely important to you, you who are watching this video. Now, we're offering this financial freedom lifestyle course that's coming up. Now, if you have a financial problem and you're not doing anything about it, and you're just sitting there hoping it's going to go away, it is not going to happen. Now, here's an opportunity that we've given you to participate in it. You need to do whatever you can do to get this course, to sign up for the teleconference. You can change your life and finally have the financial freedom and live the lifestyle that you're looking for. If you're not going to do anything about it, then I guess you need to take a look inside and realize that you're really just not interested, that you have a lot of excuses, but it's not going to happen. Your financial wherewithal is not going to change unless you do something about it. And that's why we set this course up, so that you can benefit. My intention is to have every one of my graduates have financial freedom and be able to live the lifestyle they want. And if you're not doing it, it's up to you to change your mind and change what's going on. If not, it will not change. So let me help you a little bit get some clarity, because there's a lot of people out there who are thinking about it, they're on the fence, but they're not doing anything about it. So let's do a little releasing so I can help you get clear about what you're doing. So what advantage would it be for you to sign up for the 30-day financial freedom course? Does that bring up a wanting approval, a wanting control, or a wanting to be safe? And let's just work on a wanting to be safe. Could you let go of wanting to be safe so you could be safe? Could you let go of wanting to be safe so you could be safe? Which feels better, having safety or wanting safety? So could you let go of wanting to be safe so you can have safety? Does it feel more like you can have it, or do you still want it? Now just check and see if there's more of a feeling that you have safety. If not, you need to continue on doing it. Now, what's a disadvantage of taking the course? A lot of people have all kinds of disadvantages. I don't have enough money. Well, if you don't have enough money, how could it possibly change? It couldn't possibly change. Don't you see that? If you haven't got enough time, how is that going to change? You never have enough time to do anything. If you need to have your family's approval and so on, all those get in your way. So what's a disadvantage of taking the 30-day course? You know it. So does that bring up a wanting approval, a wanting control, or wanting to be safe? So let's just work on the wanting control. Could you let go of wanting to control so you can have control? And could you let go of wanting to control so you can have control? And which feels better, having control or wanting control? So could you let go of wanting to control so you can have control? Could you let go of wanting to control so you can have control? And which feels better, having control or wanting control? So could you let go of wanting to control so you can have control? Now check and see if there's more of a feeling I have control, or do you still feel like you're out of control? Now let's take a look at the wanting approval part of that. Could you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? And could you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? And which feels better, having approval or wanting approval? And could you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? And which feels better, having approval or wanting approval? So could you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? And check and see if there's a feeling I have approval. If you release the want, there's going to be an immediate consciousness shift, because together with wants comes suffering. And Buddha in the year 527 enunciated that life is suffering, and what causes suffering is desire. Desire is the cause of suffering. If you let go of wanting, you'll move into having. You can't stand up and sit down at the same time, and you can't want and have at the same time. You either want or you have, one or the other. It's two opposite energies. Now let's take a look at the wanting approval. Could you let go of wanting approval so you could have approval? And could you let go of wanting approval so you could have approval? And which feels better, having approval or wanting approval? So could you let go of wanting approval so you could have approval? And could you let go of wanting approval so you could have approval? And does it feel more like you can have approval, or do you still want approval? Now check and see if there's more of a feeling that you have approval, or you still want approval. Now let's take another look at another advantage of taking a 30-day course. signing up for it. Is that wanting approval, wanting control, or wanting to be safe? So we looked at the wanting to be safe previously. So let's take a look at the wanting control. Could you let go of wanting to control so you can have control? And could you let go of wanting to control so you can have control? And which feels better, having control or wanting control? Could you let go of wanting to control so you can have control? And could you let go of wanting to control so you can have control? And does it feel more like you can have control, or do you still want control? You can't have and want at the same time. So could you let go of wanting to control so you finally could have it? Now check and see if there's more of a feeling that you have it, or do you still want it? If you've been releasing along with what I'm doing here now, and you've been releasing a little bit, you're noticing that you should be softening up, and you should be moving a little more to the positive side, a little more hopeful. But if there's still more wanting, that means you're still into lack. So you need to keep releasing the wanting so you can get to the point where you can have. That's it, all right? Now we even have a payout plan for those that have difficulty with money. You can pay $495 and get into the course immediately. If you haven't got $495, how is it possibly going to ever get to have $495? If you don't release those programs that I can't, you're not going to get there. Can't you see that? So beating yourself up is not going to help you get it, and trying to figure it out is not going to help you get it. It's taking action is going to help you get it. So you need to take some action so that you can really transform your consciousness into a consciousness of I have rather than I don't have. That's it. It's not complicated, but you need to do something about it. So if you haven't got the money, it's $495 will get you into a 30-day course. That's almost a little bit of $1.25 a day or some ridiculous thing like that. Now, if you can't spend $1.25 a day to get yourself financially straight, I can't help you. I don't know what to say to you. You need to do it, and you can do it. Each one of your graduates here, my intention is to have you have financial freedom and be able to live the lifestyle that you're accustomed to, that you would like to have. Why not? It's a consciousness. If you think you can, you can, and if you think you can't, you can't. So I hope you'll join us in this fantastic course. It's 30 days. 30 days I'm going to be on the phone 5 times a week for 2 hours a day, helping you release these feelings. And for those that have an excuse that they don't have the time, it happens at the wrong time, these are recorded. You can listen to it over and over again. So you could do it even though you don't do it live. And there are certainly some days where you can participate in it. And if you're really interested in having financial freedom and you're in a wrong part of the country where the time is a difficult time zone, you know something, if you're really interested in turning your life around, then get up for a couple of hours earlier and participate. There are lots of people who have done it. There are people who have made in the last financial freedom course, there's one person that made two people made $1,600,000 by just doing it. There's another person that made $500,000. There's other people that have turned their lives around by selling warehouses where they couldn't sell warehouses. Like the real estate agent was telling this lady you couldn't sell it. And she'd been trying and trying and trying. She finally released on it, was able to sell it for $1,700,000 when a real estate agent is saying you can't sell it. So we have all these kind of gains that have happened, and it doesn't have to be millions, but there are people who are beginning to get more customers, more people coming in and spending more money with them and so on. It's just the beginning, and it's a start. And you have to start, and it's only going to happen by you doing it, not by somebody else doing it. Now, I provide the platform for you to do it, but if you don't take the platform, then you ought to wonder why you're knocking your brains out. Stop beating yourself up about it. Just make a decision. If you don't want to participate in this thing, then you flat out don't want to really have financial freedom. That's it. You just call a spade a spade. You need to take a look at that and see if you're really interested. If you're really interested, pull out the stops. Pull out the stops and do whatever it is you can do, that you have to do, to go into this course, to turn your whole life around. And I love you either way, and I thank you for listening to me, and I hope you join us. And have a great day. Thank you.